Hello, hello. Okay, so this time I'm doing a live stream with a bit of a plan. As you could guess from the title, MUN or Bust. We are trying to do a mission to the MUN. Or I'll just say the moon, because saying MUN is a little distracting. Or whatever. Anyway, so let's start a new game. Call it Livestream. Make it sandbox. Make it flag. Oh, I see all these different country flags. What do I want to use? Space tag. Looks like a good one. I guess we'll go with this one. Looks nice and clean. And let's go. So, what we want to do first... Thanks, I got it. What we want to do first is make a lander, but we want to test it. But of course we need to build it before we can test it. So let's see. We want to send not too many Kerbals, maybe like 3. Yeah, like that. Let's put the lights on. Yeah, this thing. So we need a heat shield. Let's make it black. Yeah, nice and sleek. And then, of course, coupling. There. And for the stages, we want... There's, of course, the rocket to get it to the moon. But then there's also the landing engines, and then more engines to take off from the moon to come back to Kerbal. So we'll start with that. That is too small. Still too small. There we go. Maybe a little bit bigger than that. Maybe we'll just stack it, I guess. Yeah, okay. Then we need an engine for this. That's the proper size and power. That's too small. This. Is this good power? Vacuum. Vacuum power's good. 375. This 1,000. Wow. Go with this. Yeah, that looks fine, I guess. I forgot to add the parachute. There we go. Zoom out a wee bit. All right. Want to? That's all flag stuff. Gotta add the. Yeah. Gonna add coupling. Is that? No, I'll go one over. There we go. And then yeah. Add some aerodynamic caps to these. Well, those are not pointed the right way. Make them cross like that. There we go. And then we'll make them X again. And then a fuel tank, or not fuel tank, engine. Add an engine. 1,000. That might be a little too powerful. Let's see, I used these previously. That was 180. It's the right size. 26, that is not good. This is 240. That might work. 140. 215. 190. 260. Maybe I'll add these. Yeah. And then, of course, we need landing legs. Oh, now I see the issue. If I'm off center with the landing a little bit, these might be destroyed. So, got to place it a little further. Oh, we can place it on the engine. That might be a bit risky. Oh, it's off center as well. There we go. All right, now let's test that out. So, lander 1. Pardon me. And let's test that out. Okay, we're out here. Oh, these are not lined up correctly. That's okay. It's just for a test. So we got these engines. Yeah. Let's go full power. Then we want to use this to slowly descend. Oh. I said slowly descend. Ooh. Yeah. Ah. Wah. Okay. Well, the Kerbals survived. Back to the drawing board, I guess. Maybe want larger landing gear if there are any. Not these are more like SpaceX ones. Oh, this is huge. It's a little too big. Yeah. Unless it works. Let's see if these work. First, we gotta line up these engines correctly. I think I'll just have them be straight. Yeah, they're floating in midair. That's not an issue, right? Alright, let's see if that works. Test lander 2. Okay. It's holding it pretty strong. Let's give it a go. Oh, geez. Right, came back down a little too quickly there, so let's try that launch again. I don't know why we're sliding like this. Alright, let's try and land this a little bit. Ah! Okay, my computer distracted me. Let's try that again. I don't know if these SpaceX legs really work with non-SpaceX rockets. Like, it's already sliding again. Right. Let's try something else. Let's try different landing legs. Oh, these are smaller. Maybe they won't drift as much. Let's see if that works. All right. Now, oh jeez. I think what I'll try and do is go high enough into an angle where I can go over here on the downward thing. Okay, and might be going a little too high. And that is not what I wanted to happen. However, what we can do is there. Now we're resting on these rockets, and then we can put this and that together and yeah, that. See how far this can go with its fuel. Oh my, this is quite a powerful rocket. Oh. There's the moon. There's our target for the mission. Okay, so it's out of fuel. Oh wow. Oh jeez, look at that. Let's fast forward a wee bit. That's the furthest I can fast forward at the moment. Gotta go all the way up here before we can detach. That SSTO guy says, fireworks, yippee. Yeah, not very good to have fireworks when you have crew on board. That's, but, no matter, we are doing quite fine right like this. And look at those stars. Let's see what our crew sees. A bit of space. Oh, there's the windows. But right in front of them. Oh, I guess this is very much like the Apollo capsule. So let's see, are we above the arch yet? Nope. Come on. Come on, capsule. Come on. You can do it. You see, with an ellipse, these shorter ends take as much time as the longer ends. So that's why they typically slow down at this point. Okay, now we're starting to fall back down, so I can detach. All right. Now let's fast forward again. There we go. Re-enter the atmosphere with the rest of the rocket, I guess. Maybe a little bit faster. There we go. Oh, something exploded. That wasn't a sonic boom, that was something exploding. Ah, yes. Parachutes. Let's move this along. Yes, even the parachutes explode. And we got a nice mountainous area. Oh, even taller mountains back there. Right. So now we got our lander all together. We can build the rest of the rocket. So we want one of these. It's a little small. Too small. Oh, gotta set it by size. Duh. Put one of these. Huh. Oh, right, because of these. This curved part makes it not want to couple the right way. See, there we go. Oh, it is a little small. Let's put this. Oh, that's small too. There we go. Okay, now structure. There. And then we'll put the next stage. I should organize this a little first. Want to add, no, it's too small. This, yeah. And then We'll put some engines on it. Or do we want these ones? Which are more powerful? 750 versus 560. So these are more powerful. I want that. And then put some coupling. La-da-dee, la-da-doo, la-da-dum. Shay, I believe that's how you pronounce it, says hello. Hello, Shay. Or she? I don't know. This, yes, that size. And we want bigger rocket. Like so. Do we want to actually, yeah. Let's use this and that and put another stage here. Too small. Much smaller. That's even small as well. I guess I'll put the one of those coupling stages instead. Make it maybe like 4, yeah. Then attach, this is 5. Don't like the look of that one. Attach these. There we go. Make it smaller and then put the next stage like so. Got to raise this a bit higher. Welcome, come one, come all to the live stream. Put one of these. I don't know how this organizes this because this is shorter than this, but it's wider. But like, this has more. Does it have more mass? Yeah, this has more mass than this, so like I don't understand the sizing, but whatever. Then we'll put some engines on the bottom of that. Put 5 of these. Gotta put a 5th one in the middle. And then we'll attach some boosters to the side. Like so. And for those just joining, we are doing a multi-tier mission to the MUN, or the MUN. This is just the first one, and I think I shall rename this to a more space-sounding name. Achilles 1. Or actually, before we land, I'll name this, keep this as lander. Before we land on the moon, we should send a probe to survey the surface so we can find the best spot to land on the moon. Oh, that's too many. But yeah, this thing, you put it at an orbit around a celestial body, and it will get a reading of the surface. See, ideal for surveying potential landing sites. This scanner provides detailed information about the planet or moon that it is orbiting, that it orbits. Though the data is limited to spot directly below the scanner. So that, and then this, I think, uses advanced sensors technology and witchcraft to provide information on a planet or moon's natural resources. So we want to use that as well. And then what we also need to do is put it in I believe, a polar orbit of the moon. Oh, that SSTO guy says, I think the size category is based on only the cross-section. I'm not sure how it orders parts of the same cross-section, though. Good point. Good point. I'm not sure if these need to be pointed the same way or if this needs to be on the top. I think that's the way to put it. Then we need power. What does this look like extended? Oh, that'll do. Put 2 of them. Oh, don't want to have that. Nah. I'll just put them manually. Close enough. And then we need a source of contact. Maybe something a little bigger. That might be... We're not going to deep space, so... There we go. Right, and then we'll put some of this to add RCS thrusters. Like so it can control where it is, and then add the fuel tanks likewise, so it can maneuver. And then we'll add a little fuel tank and engine just so it can like get itself in and out of orbit and something like that. It's crazy how some of these are more powerful in a vacuum and some are more powerful out of a vacuum. Oh, wait, is this liquid fuel? Six. Wow, it only has 6 in atmosphere. That is kind of weak. Okay. That's all nice and dandy. Now we put a coupling on it. and a covering. Oh, that's sticking out too much. How do I... Oh, I'll put a robotic arm on it. Not double. And twist this to the side so it's more uniform. That's how they do it in the space business, baby. There we go. Now we need to build the rocket to get it there in the first place. So we'll start with the fuel tank. Make it orange. Seem more like a probe. And then coupling. And then move on down to the rest of the fuel tank. Make the whole apparatus and then some. Put this one and this one. Make them orange. And then put the engines. Not too different from the lander, as you can tell. And then coupling. Oh, we don't need coupling because it's on the thing. Then we'll put this. There we go. That might be a little too close. There we go. Turning into quite the large spacecraft. Oh, I can't change the color on that. Put the engines on. Some of these bad boys. Yeah. And then we'll put boosters on, just in case. Yeah. Put some aerodynamic caps on those. Too small. There we go. And then, of course, gotta put some structuring so things don't wobble about and make it collapse on itself. There we go. How's everyone doing on this Sunday, maybe Monday for others? That works. Maybe just put some fins just in case. And then we put the launch mount thing. Might bring that down a wee bit. Wee bit more. Yeah. And we shall call this Achilles 1. Like the guy from the Iliad. That SSTO guy says, doing pretty good. That's good to hear. So, put this here, put that there. Put those together. Put those together. I think this can come a little bit further down. Maybe there. Yeah. Save. And should be good to launch. All right. Get all this ready to go. Set the moon as our target in this vast cosmos. We will get to all these planets eventually. Maybe not in this live stream, but at some point. Okay. And let's rock and roll. Ever so slight turn while we ascend into the heavens. That slow rumble. Gotta put a slight turn on it so it orbits the Earth or the Kerman instead of just going straight up and straight down. But not too much that it crashes into the planet. No. If you've seen my video on what is a rocket, you'll know exactly what I mean. Or if you're knowledgeable in this stuff in the first place, you'd also know what I mean. Smooth detach. Still climbing into orbit. Slowly but surely. Now let's extend these solar panels so the spacecraft doesn't die in orbit. Okay, so we want to get to the moon, so we need to put our target downrange to about here or further. But we need to get up higher first. Cut the engines a little bit. Save some RCS fuel. And fast forward a bit. Get to the here and boop. And extend our orbit so we don't fall back onto Kerbal. All right. Now, once we wrap around, we can extend our orbit to reach the MUN. Or the moon, if you fancy that. It's always a sunny day in space. Alright, so when we get here, we'll extend it. Boop. Alright. Might be a bit slow, so we want to out of fuel on that booster. Turn it a little bit and then we'll bring this back. That's a little too far. Oh wow, there's 2 moons. Not going to that one yet. Maybe in another stream. I want to bring it back. Come on back now. Tis always the tricky part is when you switch between these, the booster kind of goes a little wacky beforehand. Alright. Doesn't seem to be lined up with the moon quite so much. Oh, it's because we missed the moon. Oh, something's going on here. Right. Maybe we should redo that. Instead of going to an orbit of Kerbal, go straight for the moon. Very simple. We're not NASA. We don't have a budget to worry about. Now let's get on with it. There's our target. I like when it shifts from like blasting sounds to kind of like a slow rumble. Although if you go underneath, it still sounds like that. So slowly but surely curve our velocity. There's the moon. Wait for these to run out. There we go. What's our curvature looking like? It's getting there. Let's get these solar panels out again. Almost got it. Yeah, there we go. And we essentially want this to stretch out to the moon, and if it's off by a little bit, we'll move it accordingly. The heck? It's kind of a roundabout way of getting to that direction, but whatever. But yes, we essentially just want to turn this. That's what these controls really do. It's prograde, retrograde, up and down, pretty much. Either moves this angle up or moves it down, and then these change like where it's pointed, so move this way or that way, depending on these. But it's all for the elliptical, not the not the overall like straight line, I guess. So it looks like we're gonna need to fast forward a wee bit. Yeah, so this... Oh! Engine cut out. There we go. So now we are going to intersect the moon. So we'll just fast forward to that. And what we want to do is uh-oh. I think we might have lost signal for the probe. Let's see. Wouldn't make sense if it did, because the antenna's right there. Antenna state idle. Comm signal 1. I don't know what happened. Oh. I see. Still fast forwarding. That's what happened. Okay, so we want to... Oh, we lost our rendezvous with the moon. Man, why didn't I notice this before? Dang it. Well, the more you know, kind of thing. Nice water. So do all this, set the moon as our target, and launch. That's the name of the game. To think NASA gets all this right. Everything I'm doing here, they get all right on the first try. With a budget and real rockets. It's crazy. That SSTO guy, is your name short for single stage to orbit? Don't know why, this thing's kind of twirling a bit. Maybe if I cut down the power a little bit. Don't know why, it just is. GamerKid53 says, nice rocket design, bro. Thank you. Alright. Going in orbit. Gotta change the trajectory. To match these two up, essentially. Oh, now we're gonna rendezvous. This thing's kind of going crazy with its noise. Alright, so I want to fast forward, and remember to go to 0 fast forward when we get to the right point. Alright. Now I want to close the gap. Gap's a little too close, but we'll just fast forward a wee bit. There we go. We'll go about halfway. There. And now we will oh, engine's out of fuel. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Yes. Polar orbit. Just enough so that I can, so then when I get here, I'll close the gap. There. Now we close the gap. Wait for it. Wait for it. There. There we go. Now we're at the MUN, and we can start our little experiment, if you can call it that. Can now deploy this and deploy this. Oh, I didn't know they made sounds. That's funny. And now let the craft orbit the MUN and collect data. Actually, while we're here, I can detach bum 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 bum. Yeah. Alright. Let that record a bit. There we go. Alright, so while that's doing the work, we can go back to Kerman. Erlin says, "Hey Logan, remember me?" Yes, Erlin. Although I'm confused why you keep asking me that. I think I wouldn't forget you. Right. So now we go back to the Space Center. And open test lander this. Yes. And we'll give it a more official name. CS1. But we're not done with it, so add the arrow caps to all 4 boosters. Yeah, make sure everything's correct. Put all this as the same stage. Yeah, alright, that works. Works for me. And need to... Erlin says, just wanted to check. Alright. Fair enough. Now we need to add stuff for this to be a successful mission, such as communication antennas. Don't need 4 of them. And solar. Does this look like extended? Maybe a few of those. Or maybe put them up here so they're with the crew stuff. Put this here. There we go. Okay. That all seems to be in order. Let's save this and launch. All right. Let's try and successfully land this. Set the moon as our target. And let's launch. What a marvelous sight. The power, the raw power of the rocket. Erlin says, you will be like Matt Lone one day. I don't quite know who that is. Wow. It's always nervous trying to release those without hitting the rest of the rocket. All right. Since the moon is there, we want to essentially swing around. So we gotta get into an orbit and essentially zip around and rendezvous with the moon. Matt Lowe is a KSP YouTuber, one of the biggest. Oh, I see. I mean, I do more than just Kerbal Space Program. It's just this happens to be one of my more popular subjects on my channel. So we'll go here and make it a larger orbit. Yeah. Or Erlen says yeah. Oh. Detach from that and fly further. But we will do that over here. Oh, got 2 lakes. I think the chat has hearts in it, so yeah. Slowly but surely. Want to try and make good use of this fuel tank because the rest is my lander fuel tanks, which don't want to overuse. We are talking with hearts, Erlen says. I suppose. Oh, there we go. There's the moon. Yes, so fast forward a wee bit. Maybe a little bit faster. Okay, now I'm in the moon's pole. So what I want to do is slow down a bit so I get caught by the moon. This map stuff's gonna be a little crazy for a bit. And I want to twist it a bit so I can land on the northern parts of the moon, similar to what they're doing with the Artemis program. So that would be, I believe this. Yes. There we go. Now it's a matter of time. And you gotta be careful with the moon. Because it's very easily crashable. Erlen says, I like your Subnautica too. Good stuff. I talk a lot, don't I? I mean, you have a lot of messages in this chat, but not many other people are chatting at the moment, so I wouldn't say a lot, just a big portion at the moment. Let's extend these landing legs. Right, now is the tricky part, the actual landing. Try and slow down a bit. Herlin says, thanks. You're welcome. But you see here, That is quite fast. So, need to close this a bit. And then we fast forward. And then we close the gap a bit. And then something's going on with my computer. There we go. All right. Fast forward, and then slow down a wee bit. Getting pretty close now. Very close. Slowly but surely. And now we should probably discard this booster. And now it's so, oh boy, we're gonna be landing on a hill here. Let's see if we can move. I don't like this hill part. Ah. Oh no. There goes our legs. Well, that's that. Got a whole view of Kerman. That's pretty cool. Too bad we had to die a fiery death. Haha. Well, anyway, let's go back to the assembly. Save this. And maybe exchange these for maybe two larger ones. Then I can use all three to land. That is small. It's also pretty small. Or why don't I just do 4? $22, $26, so that means need to oh, is this the one? I think this is the one. Yeah, it's the same one. $1,000. Oh my. Now we need arrow covers. Too small. Too big. Just right. Okay, Goldilocks. I say to myself. Oh, that's probably for something specific. Those are way too small. Oh, these are much bigger. Man, that's it's kind of crazy, but it's kind of what you need to be kind of like balanced. I should put structuring though. That's what I gotta do. What you gotta do when they come for you. Now, staging. Gotta figure out staging. Okay, it all seems good. call this Odysseus 2. And let's launch. All right. Full power. Moon as the target. And let's skedaddle. Alright. Slowly but surely. I think the changed lander might have made the rest of the rocket a little too heavy. Oh, don't know what just happened there. Excuse me. Top of my mouth just got so dry suddenly. Whew. All right. Fast forward a wee bit. why. Yep, just opening my orbit up. Slowly but surely. I guess it's because it's heavy, that's why it's slower. I don't know. I don't know these things. I don't know. There it goes. Gotta move these two closer together. Not an easy task. There we go. Alright, now we just wait. And we speed up the wait. Wow. Wow. Oops, sorry if you hear that. Where's the moon? Oh, there it is. Don't worry, Kerbals, you'll land there someday. Alright. Now we wait. Kind of. Oh, ah. Okay, the perils of waiting incorrectly. Would have been a somewhat slight of a rough landing. Dope. Sorry if you heard that. It's my water. Okay, let's try that again from launch, because that was a flying error, not a design error. Making our way downtown, except we're going to space. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Let's see. What is our trajectory? Okay, so we need to wrap around and rendezvous. Let's skip ahead a bit. Yes. Have this go a little bit. And then wait, should we go there? But in the meantime, there it is. Yes. Just get a spot of water. Oh, sorry. There's the moon, our target. Just gotta extend this a little further. Slowly but surely. Although this is doing much better than the last one. Alright, now we are going to rendezvous with the moon. Let's fast forward a wee bit. Haha. Now we want to slow down. Rotate a little bit. Yes, correct way. All right. Now we want to slow down so we can land and not crash land. Not make the same mistake as last time. Alright, now we want to slow down. And fast forward. And slow down. There's all three celestial bodies. And fast forward. And slow down. Oh, booster ran out of power. Perfect time to discard. Alright. Now we fast forward again. Might have been a little too much. Started going up again a bit. Oops. But this is a nice flat area, perfect for landing. Just need to come back down a bit. There we go. So descend. Slowly descend. Slowly but surely, Tortoise is the one that won the race. Oh. Well, I guess I'll redo that. Everything's going great. It's just the landing that's really tough. Really tough landing. And that was a perfect place to land. Just going too fast. Slowly climb into the heavens. So we got pilot, engineer, scientist. The Holy Trinity. Making our way. Slowly but surely. Perhaps I should remake the first few stages underneath the rocket to make it a little more powerful, to make this part go a little faster. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Hello, welcome. I shall change this to... Matthew Hansen says, "Let's go, KSP Livestream." Yes, indeed. I'm just about to change these first few stages to be a little more powerful. More boosters, yes. Probably more boosters. Let's go with 6. Grab this. Come on. No, grab the coupling. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now, oh, wait. Why is my... I don't know what's on your end, but I can't hear any... There's no... Like, there's no noise. It's kind of strange. Anyway, make this engine more powerful. 750. What's this? 25. Oh, gotta go by size. This, no, it's too small. Is it this and that? I'll get one of those booster things. The plate. Yeah, put 2 of those. I will not need this because it's already coupling like that. Yeah, that's fine. Right. Maybe give this a little bit more fuel. Damn, that's some big stuff. Yes, it sure is. Although, in reality, SpaceX has built even bigger. They've built the largest flying thingamajig in the world. That is man-made, I guess, not asteroid. That might be a little bit bigger. Given that the one that killed the dinosaurs, when it was hitting the ground, the top of it was still in space. That's how big it was. We'll call this Odysseus 3. Save and launch. Oh, I didn't check the staging. Let me do that before we launch. Rip dinosaurs. Yes, tragic. But we needed that to happen in order for us to evolve into the Homo sapiens we are today. Because otherwise, mammals would have still been like squirrel, rat things, not humans and buffalo and giraffes and stuff like that. Staging, so go with this, there, that. What's this? There's something up. Oh yes, yeah. You don't want to mix that. Okay, now that's good. Now let's launch. Okay. A lot of this stuff you would not be seeing if it was a edited video, but it does take quite a while to make these videos. 3, 2, 1, rocket. Now let's get on up there. The boosters. In case you didn't know from the thumbnail or the title, we're trying to send Kerbals to the MUN, or the moon. That bad boy is huge, lol. I just started building and playing recently in science mode. Oh yes, science mode is probably a little more tame compared to sandbox mode. Oh, now we're going real fast. My previous rocket was, I guess, heavier, so it wasn't going as fast. And that was a bit of a problem. Probably because it's top heavy. Absolutely cruising. Well, if you ignore this top part, this is pretty much what the Apollo rocket looked like. Oh, did I skip a... I think I might have skipped a stage. Oopsie. Pay no mind to this, what's happening here? Yeah, there was supposed to be another one here. Yeah, oops. Don't want to mess up your stages. I guess that's what happens when you deconstruct and reconstruct your rockets. Okay, now everything's nice and orderly. All right. Now, 3, 2, 1. Just gotta get back up to where I was before. Slowly but surely, although we are going quite fast. Currently going 1,000 meters per second. Right. As I was saying before, the stage minus the top part is pretty much what the Apollo 11, or I guess the Apollo Saturn V rocket looked like. Boom! Kabooshki. Slowly climbing into the ether, the cosmos, the great beyond. And I can extend these. And these. Since we are outside the atmosphere. Alright. Got the engines and fast forward to this point. And then start them up again. And what we need to do is wrap around and rendezvous with the moon. Matthew Hansen sent a red circle. Circular eyes emoji. Yes, okay. Yes, I mean, this is a circle, but we want an ellipse, which I guess is technically also a circle, if you think about it. Like how a racetrack is a circle, technically. So I want this to stretch out. But also reach the MUN, so I want this to curve over here, like so. So it goes this way. So this can essentially be like a highway on-ramp onto the MUN freeway. I wouldn't exactly call it free though, because it's quite expensive to go into space. And we essentially want this and this to intersect, because then that means interesting way do we reach it. Yes, yes indeed. I don't know what's going on here. There we go. Now they're getting closer. Oops. It's all part of the plan. Don't worry about it. There we go. And then it's just the waiting game. But we don't have to wait the whole time. Haha. Alright, now we close the gap. And then rotate this a little bit. So we can land on the northern part of the moon. That seems fine. And then close this again so we... Oh no, that is the north. Although that looks a little cratery. That seems fine. Then we fast forward again. And that's close enough. Now we slow down. Alright, then we fast forward a bit. And slow down. Fast forward. How are we doing now? Fast forward a wee bit. And slow down. Slow down quite a lot. Just so we don't crash, but also don't start flying away. Looks like we're gonna land somewhere. Getting awfully close now. Hopefully it's a soft landing. Right. Well, we landed on the moon. Oh, there's Kerman. Let's try and get one of these guys out. there's Kerman, and let's see. Just put your lights on. Do you have any? Don't remove helmet. Plant flag. Yeah. Flag planted. We'll call this Livestream landing site. That's good. All right. Huzzah. Take surface sample. Okay. We've done it. We've landed on Kerman. And with that, thank you for joining my live stream. I will be doing more in the future. Consider liking and subscribing for more content, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.